Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are doing a tiny home for my off-camera legacy household's teenage daughter who will be graduating soon and moving out, and I wanted to make her a nice little home to get her started. First off, she is in the Zen Guru aspiration at the moment. I don't know if that'll change, but I don't think it will. She tends to really enjoy doing yoga, so I'm just gonna roll with that for this build. So first thing I did was make sure I made the bedroom first, because I never give them enough room when I don't make the bedroom first. And then I added this little, it's kind of a greenhouse, but it's not really a greenhouse. I'll tell you why in a little bit. But I started off with making the structure and placing the windows, which I do end up replacing later because I wanted them to be taller. But for now, they are the short wall height, and I used the new Greenhouse Haven kit. I wish that it came with the open windows in the medium wall height. I don't know why they didn't do that. I mean, I know why they didn't do that. They wanted to include other things. They only have so many slots to fill for kits. Also, the reason I did what I did with this greenhouse is because I didn't want it to be up on the foundation that I put the house on, but I also wanted it to be semi-attached, and you can't do that in The Sims. If you have two buildings or two rooms attached, they all have to be the same foundation height. You can do it with platforms, but I didn't want to use platforms for this build, so that's why I did what I did, and I struggled a little bit here figuring that out. I finally did figure it out. Obviously, I knew that it was that spandrel's fault, so I did put it back, and then to fill in this little gap, I used a trellis from Eco Lifestyle. I was trying for the one that we got with high school years, but I ended up using that elsewhere because it just didn't close up the space enough for my liking. So I do end up replacing that with the Eco Lifestyle one. But first, I'm still working on the stairs and the front facade of the entryway. And also the foundation trim. I had a bit of a rough time. Couldn't decide what I wanted, and then I found this purple siding looking one, and I really liked that, so I went with that. Also for the siding of the house, the purple with the white column on either corner, and it actually worked this time. It showed up on all corners first try, so that's good. The windows are from Strangerville, except for that window in the bedroom looking out into the greenhouse. I used the Moschino stuff because it has the open window, and I thought it looked really nice right there. So here I am moving up. I'm going to make the wall height taller momentarily so that I can add the taller windows, and then I do the same thing I did originally. I put up the windows, and then I delete the walls, and then I continue with the structure as basically a fake greenhouse. And it is a little weird, and it took me a while to figure out. I cut out most of it, but it does end up looking pretty nice, and I'm pretty proud of how it all happened. These little stone pieces are in Debug or Live Edit, and they are from the Jungle Adventure pack, and also I use the little columns that come with that as well to match, and I just sized them up with the tool mod, and I just left them there. They snapped together pretty well, even sized up. Also, I was very happy about that because sometimes you have to really mess around with wall pieces like that. They don't quite fit the way that you want to, but I got lucky. I lined everything up enough that it worked out for me. So I'm just finishing that up here. And inside the greenhouse, I don't put too much. I think I just did 3 little planters, which you'll see in a little bit. But my main inspiration for this greenhouse was for my legacy family. The mother of all the children is really, really into gardening. They have chickens and bugs and bees and all that fun stuff. So it's not necessarily that the daughter is super into gardening or has that kind of aspiration, but I think that she wanted to bring a little piece of home with her here, and that is why she wanted a little bit of a greenhouse situation. It won't function the way that a normal greenhouse would, in the way that it won't shelter your plants, so they will just grow along with the seasons. Like, they won't grow out of season because they're not technically covered, and you'll see why in a second, because I can't roof it because it doesn't have a floor. Basically, it doesn't have a real floor, so I can't put a real roof on top. So what I did was I sized up these carports, and they are from Get Together. I sized them up and moved them around with the tool mod, and I positioned them in a way that made sense. Now you'll notice that the legs of the little carport do show a little bit, but I did find a way to hide them with trellises and vining flowering plants. I did think about this right here, this cap piece for the end of the roof, and first I sized it down, and I took a very long time placing it. I actually cut out most of that footage because it was just so boring to watch back. I actually ended up getting rid of that, so this is all for nothing, but I figured I would show my struggle with that. It was a good idea, I think, it just wasn't the look I was going for. So here I am placing some trellis pieces. Now here's the ones from high school years again. I did end up using it, I just put it in a different spot. And then I believe on the inside I put the vining flowers, but out here I added some more vines, some more, is that what they're called? The vines? Yeah, I guess so. They're from Cottage Living, the ones on the outside. These are, I believe, from Get Together as well. Yes, they are. I did a pink and a blue swatch for these flowers. Again, to hide the legs on that side. On the bedroom side, can't really hide them when the walls are down. When the walls are up, you don't see them, so that's good. And also, you can only see into the greenhouse if you have the walls down and you're in the bedroom, because they're not real walls, so you can't put them down. But again, this isn't supposed to be a fully functional greenhouse. It's more like, just for fun. It's just a cute little sunroom, mostly. I did put that little tiny gardening table in there, and I figured maybe she's getting a few plants started. Maybe she took some cuttings from her mom's garden, and she wanted to bring them here with her little pot of gardening soil to get her started. And that's about it. And I think I threw in some lights. Yeah, I threw in these hanging lights also from the new Greenhouse Haven kit, and I used the tool mod to I didn't use a tool mod, I used a 9 key, but here I used the tool mod to move that down ever so slightly. I had to look through the back of the opening in this room. It's very silly. It was hard decorating that room. I think it came out really nice though. It was worth it. And here is her bedroom. By the way, her name is Trinity. So this is her bedroom. She really enjoys these minty tones and salmon and yellow, so I tried to keep that all throughout the house with the doors and the furniture and the rugs, etc. So here is that matching dresser from high school years. I think it's really cute. I like the geometric pattern on top, and then I just cluttered it up, gave her a little bit of messy clutter for her hair stuff and her jewelry, and then I also add some bags, a little bit of makeup. Now you will notice in this house there's no bathroom yet. I didn't realize until pretty close to the end that I never put a bathroom in here. So that was a problem. So what I did was I did end up putting it in the bedroom, and I had to move the door around and move the dresser around and the window. You'll see that later, but oh man, I was a little embarrassed that it took me that long to figure out there was no bathroom. I mean, it's pretty important. Here's this mirror from not Luxury Party. I don't have Luxury Party. I think it's from Vintage Glamour. And then the wallpaper in this room, both swatches are from the same wallpaper, and they're from the Courtyard Oasis kit. I actually really enjoy that kit also. I think those end tables are from City Living. It's amazing how some of all the different kits you can find something that matches in each of them. I'm sure that's something they planned on, sort of. Maybe. And then I put in this little like neon light behind her bed. that is like a lotus flower. I thought that was really cute and kind of matched her aesthetic because she is very zen and very into yoga and keeping peaceful surroundings. I tried to keep that theme throughout the home. And then I used that rug also from high school years, and I moved that flooring all throughout the home. And at first I did this white swatch of the same Courtyard Oasis wallpaper just to give me a good starting point. I didn't like looking at the drywall for that long. And different little back door. There is a tiny little back deck, but it's mainly just to walk out and get to the back patio area that I ended up making for her to have a little yoga area. That was really fun to make. Now here's the kitchen. I tried to use these blue or mint toned cabinets, but after I placed them and put the stove in, I just realized I didn't like the look of them. Plus the matching overhead cabinets didn't quite go. So after I placed this couch and that side table, you'll see me, I changed the kitchen completely. Also, I changed that curtain because I liked it for the bedroom. I did not like it for out here. So I used the Desert Luxe curtains because I like the look of being able to open and shut them as you see fit. And then I needed another table to put the TV on because that long table from City Living I really enjoy in this space, but I didn't like it for holding the TV, and I didn't like how the curtains cut into it, and if I moved it away, it just left too big of a gap. So here I am changing the cabinets. I go with these base game ones, and at first I start in this pink swatch. I think I go to more of a blue swatch in the end, like a lighter blue. I liked the pink swatch though. It was really, really cool. Now looking at it, I almost wish I would have kept it, but I think there was a lot of pink throughout this room already, or that pinkish purple. There it is. I changed it to that light blue swatch instead. I do like the light blue though. It worked out well. And another window from Strangerville. I use all the windows except for the one bedroom window are from Strangerville. I really like the way they look. I think they fit a very cozy, free spirit kind of vibe. And then on this little table out here, I was just adding some clutter and trying to figure out what else she needed. I did add a couple things from the Everyday Clutter Kit, like that exercise essentials basket, and that shelf up top there's from Eco Lifestyle, and it's really, really, really cute. I like the strange shape of it and the little hooks, so I thought that would be the perfect spot to maybe hang a little towel. And I used Tool Mod to size it down, raise it up accordingly so that it looked like she had a little towel hanging there for whatever circumstance, maybe when she stretches or does a workout in her living room. And I thought that came out really nice. I did use a decent amount of clutter. I wouldn't say I over-cluttered the home. I kind of wanted to keep it neat and simple and fitting with the zen feel of the rest of the house. Like, I didn't want a lot of stuff everywhere. I think I hung up a little bit of wall art. Plus, I was thinking about what she was going to come here with, because she was going to bring some things from home, from her parents' house to be here. And here I'm changing the curtains to a green, because I liked the way that looked with the pink base game wallpaper, and I did move that window over, because if you're watching TV, you don't want a window right next to your head. The light shining in would be very distracting. Instead, I put a painting up there, which you'll see soon. I'm just finishing up the basic kitchen setup. There's that painting. I like that one a lot. That was a base game add-on, I think, probably a while ago now that I think about it, but I really do like that painting. And I'm just kind of shuffling the living room furniture around because this table here is pretty big, but I wanted her to have a space for her laptop and also to eat, or if she has a guest over, to eat with them. Had to clutter up the table a little bit, and also I wanted to add a hanging plant, again, as an ode to home, because her mother has a lot of plants hanging in the family home. And put that little tiny plant also from the new greenhouse Haven kit. I like that plant a lot, plus a salt and pepper shaker, and of course a little incense holder over here. I thought that was quite fitting. Had to move the table away and place it freely. I didn't like the way it was snapping on the table. But I think that the living room is pretty much done. Then I remove the old saucer lights and replace them with normal ceiling lights. And also over here I add this cute little light from Snowy Escape, the little paper lantern in the corner there on that shelf. I just thought it looked really nice. Here's my favorite Dream Home Decorator hanging trio of lights. I use that a lot in a whole bunch of my builds. And this light in the bedroom is actually from the fitness kit. And then the cool kitchen stuff pack I saw for a brief moment. I added those knives on the wall. I just wanted to include that little tiny itty bitty snippet. Now back here is going to be her Zen area, her yoga area. So I added this little outdoor light from also from Snowy Escape. And then I think a few decorations from the Spa Day pack, because obviously that's kind of the whole thing with yoga. I really enjoy how a lot of the Snowy Escape and Spa Day things go along with the Zen Guru career. Like, you can kind of mix and match and make things work. So here I added more incense outside because it helps to light an incense while your sim is doing yoga to get all those nice moodlets and get them really relaxed. And then I moved back inside briefly to move stuff around, because here I think is where I realized there's no bathroom. Duh, Christine, what are you doing? So I had to move everything over, shuffle stuff around, and make this cheeky little bathroom. So I use the same door. Obviously, there's only one door in the interior of the home, but I use the same door. And then for the walls, I end up using the Courtyard Oasis wallpaper with the tile, and the upper paint matches the paint from the bedroom. I thought that tied in pretty nicely. So just a simple base game, toilet and Snowy Escape shower and Dream Home Decorator sink, growing together mirror. Whew. I know, I wrote all that down because I didn't want to forget, and I knew this was going to be a pretty quick little section of this video. And that tile is also base game for the floor, but then I change it to the growing together herringbone tile in the yellow to bring in more of the color from the tile on the wall, which I thoroughly enjoyed. One more light from Dream Home Decorator because I can. And then I think I clutter the back of the toilet because we can do that now too, so why not? Some toilet paper and a little candle, as is customary. And also the little hanging shelf with the bathroom doodads behind the toilet, because there's really no other space to hang stuff like that. And then a tiny little light over here over the mirror. I think that bathroom came together really nicely, and then I just had to move some more stuff around in the room to get it back to where I wanted it, and that was a lot of fun. Oh, and then I also decided, this candle might look better on top of the little hair tie organizer thing. So I used the red OMSP shelf to position that the way I wanted. And then I had to move her little yoga mat and kettlebell over here to the corner, which I actually like better. And here I'm changing the siding at the top of the roof and also the shingles. And I added a couple more little hanging plants and also a little citrus tree that I think came with the Bloomin' Rooms kit. It did, yes. I really like that. The hanging plant came from the oh my gosh, the Greenhouse Haven kit. I really like that too. And then a little mat for inside and also a little pink half circle mat for outside. And then we start the landscaping. So I wanted to keep it pretty simple, but I did feel like this lot needed a lot more plants. So I threw in some of these lavender and tall grass plants, kind of sprinkled them throughout the landscaping. You'll see them a couple times. These are from Debug, and they actually do come in different swatches. They just don't show. They just show as like little white squares, and you kind of have to scroll through. And of course, my favorite little corner trees. I think I put them in every single one of my builds. I really like them. What can I say? I am a creature of habit. And that little trio of lavender actually comes with the outdoor retreat game pack or expansion pack. I really like those a lot. They're super cute, but they're also like a really bright purple, so I don't always want to use them. I typically use more muted color flowers, but I really liked those here. I thought they looked really nice. And then these rocks are also from Debug, and I thought that the little sprinkling of the rocks looked really, really nice. I wanted to make a little path out here, out back. I thought maybe if she hosted a yoga class, that maybe having the space out back, having the path lead to that, would be a nice touch. So around the side we add more landscaping, a little bit of tall grass, and I think I sized down some other bushes as well that came with cottage living. Yeah, see, they're huge, but when you size them down, they're actually very cute, and they don't leave a weird shadow, which is so nice. And here's some more of those flowers. I just changed the swatches on them. When you have Twisted Mexi's Organized Debug and Better Build By, you can actually use the eyedropper tool and select them and use the swatch changing tool, whereas if you don't have those mods, you cannot. You just have to pull everything out and then place them as you go. I don't really operate that way, and I hate having to go in and out of Organized Debug and typing everything in every time, so very, very handy little tip. I have the link to those mods by Twisted Mexi in the description box, as well as the OMSP shelf and the tool mod, etc. I always try to include those. And here's some more landscaping. I just kind of repeated in the back, and then I use this little grass piece from, I don't remember where, I think it might be Base Game, and then some other grass pieces from Cottage Living, as well as that red bush, and I think that other tall flowering plant that I forget, is that Foxglove? It might be Foxglove. I use that as well from Cottage Living. Lots of good plants in that game. Lots and lots of good plants. And I also repeated these rocks also twice because I had to. I thought they were really nice. I rarely use those, but they fit here so well, I might have to use them again. And that little iris from the Romantic Garden pack, I use that a lot too, because I think it's really, really cute. And back here, I was just checking with the lighting. That's why it was dark. But I knew I needed to add more lighting outside. So I figured I'd finish up the landscaping first. Just repeated a bunch of plants. And also add a few more over there. More rocks, of course. And then I think I add some terrain paint as well before finalizing the little backyard yoga area. Here it is. So I add this little light. It's from, I think, Get to Work. Don't quote me on that. That was really quick, so I didn't catch it. But that light is from the Courtyard Oasis kit as well. And then this little plant is from Seasons. I think it's really, really cute. Looks very zen-like, very geometric. And I think that is from Laundry Day, actually, that plant. It is not from Snowy Escape. Almost said it was. Those little lights there that I'm moving up to position in the greenhouse are from the Little Campers kit, and they are so nice. And of course, I had to add a little awning on top of the pillars here because it just looked silly that they had nothing on them. And now we are rolling on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!